या फिर आईडी कार्ड पे कौन आता है? आप आईडी कार्ड पे कौन आता है?
तूने कितनी बार बोली?
अरे क्लास स्टार्ट
मैं तो नहीं यूज करना है, क्लास में बोला ना, समझ में आता है एक बार बता के? हर रोज बोलना पड़ता है। अभी को कॉल करके बोलूं क्या आपको घर पे? ये आईडी कार्ड घाल आणि आतमध्ये इथे थांब घाल आणि आतमध्ये डायरेक्ट घरी जा. तुम्हाला लोकांना रोज सांगायला लागतं काय? आईडी कार्ड आईडी कार्ड दिया है, आईडी कार्ड पेन और अंदर
एक घंटा सकता हूँ मैं एक ही आधे घंटा सकता हूँ क्योंकि आज के लिए
कल जाना अच्छा है क्या
नहीं यार मम्मी आराम नहीं करती
मेरा पूरा दिन मांगे घंटे में इसके नेक्स्ट दिन
पढ़ना नहीं है आ रही है
पढ़ना है
देखो
मैं
एक से पढ़ा पूछा
बोल रहा हूँ
ऐसा है
पांच पर याद है क्या पढ़ा बायो
में वो सेल पढ़ा, फिर इसमें वो जो लाइट था वो पढ़ा, फिर जो
व्हाट इज द सेल
सेल में हमने पढ़ाया था
मोस्ट बेसिक वही पांच चैप्टर का तो है
फर्स्ट वाला सेल में पढ़ाया था
वही पढ़ाएंगे भी
जो चैप्टर का फर्स्ट पार्ट नहीं पढ़ाया था हमने हाँ
हो गया
फर्स्ट पार्ट
सबको पढ़ा दिया
हमारे फिफ्थ का से बैठ कर आया
हाँ
बट हमको पढ़ा दिया था
वो I16 को है ना,
अरे यार ना उसे नहीं देगी
40 का है
ऑप्टिकल ही
40 का आईडी है।
लिक्विड डेंसिटी मॉइस्चर को है
एक पहले पांच चैप्टर हो गए
लिक्विड डेंसिटी
मेरा साइन नहीं हुआ पहले चैप्टर
वेरी गुड
मेरा क्या मिला
मैंने केमिस्ट्री की पढ़ाई शुरू भी नहीं की
सीखा बस
नहीं तो बोला था कि रिविजन करना है
दूसरे चैप्टर से
क्या समझ में आ रहा है और पढ़ाई कर रहा है अगर कोई सीजन आऊंगा तो सिर्फ आधे घंटे के लिए आऊंगा
क्यों बच्चे से क्या करते हैं
नहीं रे
नया चैप्टर चल रहा है
हाँ जेनेटिक्स जो दुनिया का
और 3 घंटे के लिए आंसर दो मैं तो बैठ 2 दिन 4 के दोगे वॉलीबॉल यार
वो नहीं है, वो वॉलीबॉल नहीं है।
जो होता है
अरे पढ़ के आइए
मम्मी से चेक करना होगा शाम को का तो आ सकता है
शाम को हमेशा
या
कल सैटरडे है शाम को नहीं आ सकता कल क्लास है मेरी
कौन सी
हिस्ट्री
संडे को का
फ्राइडे को मैंने कल नहीं पढ़ा तो फिर मैं संडे को नहीं आता
वो नहीं खुद कर देगी।
हाँ नहीं बिल्कुल खुद को पढ़ना है ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे का एग्जाम हिस्ट्री का पहले 5 चैप्टर
40 को
काम है
स्कूल में लॉक करना चाहिए
एग्जाम एग्जाम वाला टेस्ट है
टेस्ट
पांच चैप्टर का एक साथ पूछे
मैम डिफरेंट है
एक चैप्टर में एक घंटा चाहिए
एक चैप्टर के
एक्चुअली एक टेस्ट का एक टेस्ट
मैं लोड कभी
5 6 8
भाई मेरे
इंग्लिश के लिए
obviously notes journal top chapter में मम्मी बना दिया
मैं वाले दिन टेस्ट एक
अरे यार
वो डेटा वगैरह से पहले सबको मालूम था ये करना है
मैं कर दिया मैं बस वो डायग्राम
क्या नाम मिला
क्या था
जर्नल में सबको ये किया
कौन सा
न्यूमेरिकल चैप्टर 5 तक पूरे एक साथ सबमिट
सब कुछ हो
बारह
गया
बजे को था मैंने बोल दिया बस लगभग मिलेंगे नहीं आपके चैप्टर 1 2 3 के
वो मेरे को जो मैंने करे करके दे दिए।
हां और वो वापस लेके जाने पता है किधर है मेरे
अरे सब फेंक दिया बेटा सब ने
डस्टबिन में बनाई कहीं तो है मेरे क्यों फेंक दिया तुमने अरे पता नहीं देखा नहीं कहीं तो है नहीं मैंने भी रखा है एक जगह
नहीं
हमारे पास वार्डरोब है ना।
मार्क किया था ना वो जो परफेक्ट से मार्क किया
बट फिर उसको
वापस चली गई।
और ऊपर से सारे नोट्स चैप्टर 5 से वो तो
वही
मैंने चैप्टर को सबमिट नहीं किया नोट्स भूल गया।
चैप्टर सबमिट किया था
ऊपर कंप्लीट था मेरा बस सबमिट नहीं किया सबमिट करना भूल गया मैं
पहले 3 चैप्टर हो गया था इसमें
गलत जिंदगी है
लाइट में थोड़ा क्या मेरे पास 2 हो गए वो भी वापस करना पड़ेगा और वो 4 चैप्टर कंप्लीट हो गया ऐसा और लर्न करना वो जितना इजी है जितना वो
प्रैक्टिकल पार्ट
क्या
वो अच्छा
4 चैप्टर
मेन चैप्टर के पीछे
रायना शर्मा कौन है?
इधर बैठा
अरे वो
भाई ये सब पढ़िए तो पीछे वो समझने में कैसे
रायना शर्मा कौन है?
अरे वो आती थी ना कोई तो
अरे है
कोई तो है कोई तो है
वंशल कौन है?
चला
वो है तो है अरे मैं नहीं इधर ही बैठा है इसको समझा कैसे समझा
ये ना पड़े इधर बैठा
आपकी मार्क्स की बुक की
मैं बैठा हूं शांत
अभी ये
समझ पीछे
वर्क पे के समझ मैं वर्क का है
अरे तू क्या करता है इतना पढ़ तो भूल गया
तो अरे रात के लिए बना अरे रात के लिए साला दुकान के 12 बजे
अच्छा
Yes.
क्या है
ये बट भोजन तो चल नहीं रहा समझा नहीं बोल रहा
ऐसे ही
मजा
ये दिखाया था
ऑब्वियस यार
तो सीख क्यों नहीं
भाई 2 दिन में वो सीन सोचा था बाहर जाना तो आराम से
सेंसेशन
अगर सोचा था एक्सपेरिमेंट दो दिन आपको ऐसे करने का ट्राई करना सही है
स्पेशल एजुकेशन
हां पढ़ने से आलू बाबा की बात करें तो
वो मराठी ऐसे होता
नहीं
वो 40 में काउंट नहीं होता
50 से पहले
ये तो इतनी नहीं सभी
अरे ये लोग ने लैंग्वेज का इन लोग ने मराठी चूज किया हम लोग ने हिंदी चूज किया तो इनको भी हिंदी ही होगा लेकिन
हमको मराठी में
हमारा थर्ड लैंग्वेज
मराठी बोल रहे हैं
हम लोग मेन लैंग्वेज हिंदी चूज
कॉन्सेप्ट
इनका नेशनल और हिंदी है और वो तीसरा हमारा बॉडी का भी
भाई इसको तो क्या मजा आया
80s में क्या
मजा आया
90s में
पता है
ये बहुत अच्छा पीरियड था भाई हमारे मार्केट जाकर
मुझे भी यही
कौन से पिक्चर को जिम हम घर जाते क्या
अबे जब कुछ भी बोल रहा था तेरा ऐसे काम कर
लेकिन हमेशा
मराठी देखिए
क्यों के साथ
और वो हम मुझे
मैथ्स 60 पे आए
एक्चुअली
टोटल मुझे 80 से आया मैंने और
कौन गया अरे स्टार्टिंग में दे दे क्या
इसको क्या पता दूसरी बात
वो खतरनाक है
बोलने क्या करते हैं क्या स्क्रीन में
बेस्ट जो
नहीं
मैथ वाले
हां फिर से
अगले सर कौन सा
ज्योग्राफी
अरे भी देख ही नहीं
भाई बहुत सारा और दोनों में से कोई तो
दोनों
दोनों ही बेस्ट है
सबसे नहीं अभी
वही तो बोल रहा है ये सब
पढ़ने में अच्छा
संविधान एक्चुअली सस्ती है वो कभी
स्कूल में हमने
क्या क्या
Good evening. Sit. We will complete with the questions of that chapter that is left. All of you take out your textbook. And I think a few more concepts of meiosis yet to be discussed. Yes? Yes. Few more concepts of meiosis yet to be. Riya, piche kyun? Not well? Few more concepts of meiosis to be discussed. We will talk about that, but before that, let us look into a few more questions. Chalo, pehle questions karte hain. Then we will finish this up. MCQs are we done? Check karo. Page number 19. Where's your book? Page number 19. Are we done with the MCQs? All of you check fast. Multiple choice done? Not done? Okay, let us start. You should be able to solve them. Number one, chromatin material is formed of. Where is your textbook? Where is your textbook? Mera question ye hai. Kyun? Did I mention class every day you have to get your textbook? 10th standard ICSE you should be able to. मैंने दो बार. I think this is the third time I'm meeting you. Yes. So I must have mentioned you have to get your textbook. Volume कभी कभार लाओ फिर भी चलेगा. Textbook every day because most of the questions I will solve in the textbook. Text के सारे questions I will be solving, and it is the text which you will have to refer maximum 10th ICSE, 9th ICSE. Remember that. Textbook next time नहीं लाओगे मैं सीधा घर भेज दूँगी. Go and sit there. Now, the first one, chromatin material is formed of. Fast. अब किसके पास और नहीं है textbook? Old stress. पूरा भेजूंगी क्या घर? भेजू घर? बात समझ में नहीं आती है. What I told you? दोनों के पास है textbook? Okay. Chromatin material formed of DNA histones. Number two, term chromosome literally means colored body. Number of chromosomes in a certain type of cell division is half. What type of division? This kind of division takes place in the ovary and the testes. Ovary and the testes. We'll solve some and then I'll explain meiosis first, then we'll do the rest. So you'll be able to solve all. Synthesis, as you know, synthesis phase in a cell cycle takes place where? Synthesis phase in the cell cycle is so called for the synthesis of more of DNA. In which of the following options the stages of meiosis has been correctly sequenced? Check karo. Sequence कौन सा correct है?
No, you did incorrect. You said meiosis. It's mitosis.
अच्छा, mitosis. Okay. Sequence correct check karo. Correct sequence check karo. What is the correct sequence? B. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Number 6. The new cells are to be produced for all except. कौन से प्रोसेस में न्यू सेल फॉर्मेशन की जरूरत नहीं है? मूवमेंट के लिए there is no new cells required, cell formation required. Chromosome duplicated in chromosomes duplicated in S phase, synthetic phase, synthesis phase. Triple hydrogen bonds are present in guanine cytosine. In the cells of human male body, number of autosomes?
23 pairs.
22 pairs. Achha, chalo, we learn this part first. We are talking about a concept of mitosis we have already learned. Now, to understand the concept of meiosis, mitosis you know, let me just talk about concept of meiosis. Meiosis, what type of a cell division? Where does it take place? Meiosis always takes place in the reproductive organs. Meiosis will always take place in the reproductive organs. Now, which are the reproductive organs to understand? Testes in the male and ovary in the female. So now, is it only for the animals? Testes in the male and ovary in the female that I'm talking about? No, also for the plants. So if I have to talk about in the plants, then flower. That means what was the male part of a flower? Androecium anther, I would say. And in the female part, that is the carpel or the ovary. So same that way, I would understand. Name the part of the plant where process of meiosis takes place. So if I have to write testis and ovary, or if I am writing for a plant, then for a plant I will have to write androecium, gynoecium, or specifically anther and carpel. For the anther and the carpel, so I would write majorly in the anther, and female part, to be very specific, I will write the ovary, anther and the ovary, to be very specific. So name the female and the male part. Name the reproductive parts of a flower where meiosis takes place. Name the reproductive parts of an animal where the process of meiosis takes place. Characteristics of meiosis kya hai? What are some of the characteristics of meiosis now? Characteristics of meiosis would be that if I talk about a cell, if this cell has the diploid number of chromosomes. Now, if I talk about that this particular cell has diploid number of chromosome 4, what will I write? 2n is 4. Diploid number is 4. If it is mitosis, what did we learn the previous class? This cell will give rise to 2 cells. Number of chromosome here also 4, here also 4. Number of chromosome or the chromosome number is maintained. Here the process would be this cell would give rise to 4 cells, because we are talking about meiosis right now in the animal or in the plant. Then what would be the number of cells formed and what their chromosome number? The number of cells formed would be 4 cells from the parental cell. What would be the chromosome number? The chromosome number would be 1 and 2. The chromosome number would be 1 and 2. The chromosome number would be 1 and 2. So what should I write? N as haploid number is 2. Haploid number is 2. So what is the first feature? What are some of the major features first now to understand? Meiosis, one parent cell will always give rise to 4 cells. What are some of the special features? What are some of the special characteristics of the meiotic cell division? One parent cell will always give rise to 4 daughter cells. One parent cell always gives rise to 4 daughter cells. Will always produce 4 daughter cells. What about the chromosome number to write? Chromosome number. If in case of mitosis we write chromosome number is क्या है? मदर को नहीं पता. This is a lecturer. Chromosome number is halved. Chromosome number is halved, meaning when we are talking about the special feature, एक message करो. There is no time to talk now. अभी बात नहीं करो. एक message करके रखो. And immediately those of you are supposed to call your parents. See children, you are already grown up. 10th standard, you should know what your parents have told you. यहाँ पे पहुँच के parents को भूल नहीं जाना है. यहाँ से यूटी से निकल के यूटी का सिलेबस और पढ़ाई भूल नहीं जाना. You should know मुझे कब क्या करना है. Come, put a message to your parents and enter the classroom. Phone switch off करके रखो. Otherwise, like last year, we have to ask you put your phones at the front desk. Okay, characteristics of meiosis. Number 1, one parent cell will always give rise to 4 daughter cells. Chromosome number half. And chromosome number will be half. What type of cells show this, and what do we get at the end of this process? We would always understand the reproductive cells of the reproductive organs show this process. What is formed at the end of this process? Specialized reproductive cells with half the chromosome number. What are the specialized reproductive cells known as? The specialized reproductive cells are known as gametes. So for the male and the female reproductive organs, if I talk about the male and the female reproductive organs, yes, the cells of the ovary, how many chromosomes they should have? 46. Let us try understanding now the cells of the testis and the ovary, how many chromosomes, how many autosomes, how many allosomes. Now, what is the concept of autosome and allosome that we understand? What is an autosome? What are allosomes? Yeah, to understand this, first of all, I would say autosomes. What are autosomes? Autosomes are the chromosomes present in our body which regulate all the somatic characteristics, meaning the process of growth, the process of division, the process of repair. When I talk about the secretion of the enzymes, etc. Now I would understand there are a whole lot of chromosomes. There are so many genes which are regulating the process of repair, process of release of enzymes, various different type of bodily functions. The texture of the hair, the type of the pigments, etc. If these are the functions that the chromosomes are regulating, then this is what we are talking about as the chromosomes known as autosomes. So what are autosomes? These are also known as somatic chromosomes. They are also known as somatic chromosomes, meaning what? They regulate variety of different type of bodily characteristics apart from anything to do with reproduction. I talk about the release of pigment from a cell, autosomes. I talk about the release of enzymes and hormones, autosomes. I talk about the process of division, growth, movement, autosomes. But they will not do the genes in the autosomes, they will never regulate any type of a reproductive function. How many pairs of chromosomes we have? We have 22 pairs of such chromosomes. That is the same as 44 chromosomes. Yes or no?
Here it is 23.
Autosomes. मेरा कौन सा book है? Autosomes always 22 pairs of autosomes. 22 pairs of autosomes. Check. हो ही नहीं सकता है. 22 pairs of autosomes and 44 autosomes होता है. So I am talking about how many autosomes that you have. Autosomes are always 44. याद रखना 40. Correct किया? आया समझ में? 44 autosomes and 22 pairs हमेशा. I talk about the other category. What is the other category? Known as allosomes, also known as sex chromosomes. Now that I talk about allosomes and sex chromosomes, now what do they regulate? The genes in these chromosomes will only regulate the reproductive characteristics, not the enzymes and the hormones and the pigment and the growth and the repair. No, ये वाले functions इसके functions नहीं है. What will the functions be of the allosomes? They will only regulate the functions associated with reproduction, formation of reproductive cells, gametes, formation of reproductive hormones, development of the secondary sexual characteristics. ये है functions of the allosomes always. So what do the allosomes do? They regulate the reproductive characteristics. They regulate the characteristics of the reproductive organs of an organism. अब numbers क्या है? What are their numbers? Only one pair. So the same as 2 chromosomes. How many pairs of allosomes? We have only one pair of allosome, one pair of sex chromosome, and that is the same as 2 chromosomes that I am talking about. One pair. Now let us try understanding. I talk about that this is a cell of a testis. How many autosomes होना चाहिए? How many sex chromosomes होना चाहिए? I just gave you the number now. I would write this way: autosomes and sex chromosomes. Sex chromosomes, if I talk about testis, the one pair of sex chromosome would be something like, if I talk about male, the pair is something like this. If I talk about female, the pair is something like this. आया समझ में? So now this pair for the male, I am writing the cells of the testes. So I should write X and Y. I should write X and Y. Total कितना हुआ? Autosomes how many I mentioned there? कितना? 44. Total number I am saying 44 and 2. Correct? So what is the total number of chromosome in the cell of a testis? 46. How many autosomes? 44. How many allosomes? 2. I now talk about the cell of an ovary. What should be the difference? The difference would be autosomes. And what should I write as the allosome pair now? X and X. I will write allosome pair is X and X. What is their number? 44 plus 2. So the cell of an ovary will also have 46 chromosomes. Now I want to know that if the cell of the testis is undergoing the process of meiosis, if the cell of the testis is undergoing the process of meiosis and the cell of the ovary is undergoing the process of meiosis, then how many cells they would generally give rise to? The cell of the ovary will also give rise to 4 cells. The cell of the testis also will give rise to 4 cells because we are talking about meiosis. One parent cell always gives rise to 4 cells. What about their chromosome number now? These are the daughter cells. What are these daughter cells known as? Gametes. So I would say the male gametes. What are the male gametes known as? Sperms. Talk about their chromosome number in each. What should the chromosome number be? The chromosome number should be half. So what should I write? What should the chromosome number be? अगर यहाँ पे 46 है, so what should the chromosome number be? 23 in each. So 23, 23, 23, 23. Now you must be thinking that एक cell में 4 cell कैसे बनता है, and on top of that 23 in 4 doses कैसे बनाता है? I'll give you a fair idea. Same here, ovary. I talk about one cell, a big cell, one cell, one cell. Now why am I drawing 3 cells small and 1 cell big here? यहाँ पे तो मैंने चारों सेल सेम ड्रॉ किया, यहाँ पे मैंने एक ही सेल बिग ड्रॉ किया, the other 3 I draw small. Why did I draw them small? Because in case of the female, only one cell is a potential female gamete जहाँ पे cytoplasm concentration maximum होता है, and this is the one which is going to continue with the process of fertilization and post fertilization changes. तो बाकी सारे cells को क्या बोला जाता है? These are known as the polar bodies. So पहले तो when I talk about the division, meiotic division of a cell of the ovary, cytoplasmic division equal है? Equal है? नहीं है. Cytoplasm is concentrated in one cell and that big cell is known as the ovum, which is the potential female gamete. Cytoplasmic division equal है? In case of the males, yes. What about the chromosome number now? Chromosome number same है. यहाँ पे भी 23, यहाँ पे भी 23, here also 23, here also 23. So I would summarize this way that if a cell of the testis undergoes the process of meiotic cell division, cytoplasmic and nuclear division both are even. If a cell of ovary, now ये जो concept है ये last तक चाहिए, so please try understanding. ये genetics में भी चाहिए, reproductive system में भी चाहिए, same concept you'll have to remember. So now that I talk about the cell of the testis when it undergoes the process of division, nuclear division and cytoplasmic division is even. All 4 gametes are functional gametes. How many chromosomes does the male gamete contain? 23 की 23 pairs? 23. Now come here. When one cell of the ovary undergoes the process of division, how many cells are formed? How many female gametes are formed? 4. Out of these 4, only one is functional, that is the ovum. Q, maximum cytoplasm here. Then what about the rest? Do they have the same amount of chromosomes? Yes. So यहाँ पे I would say nuclear division is even, cytoplasmic division is not even. Clear है? And now when we understand that can the gametes on their own undergo the process of division? No, gametes on their own they will not undergo the process of division क्योंकि उनमें only 23 chromosome होती है, and now that they undergo the process of fertilization, again they will result in the formation of a diploid cell, that is a 46 chromosome again paired हो जाएगा, and now a process known as fertilization will result in the formation of a zygote. Yeah, this is the concept. I am talking about a concept of fertilization. Now try understanding. Since I am talking about a concept of fertilization, so then,
Does the X and Y or XX chromosome also split in 23?
yes. So when I talk about X and X, meaning if I had to write down the gametes, I would write here. In some it will be A plus X, in some it will be A plus X, other X. यहाँ पे होगा A plus X, यहाँ पे होगा A plus X.
Do the X's have any?
यहाँ पे A plus X, तो यहाँ पे A plus Y, यहाँ पे A plus X, तो यहाँ पे A plus Y, ऐसे होगा. That means the type of male gametes are two types. Female gametes तो सारे एक ही जैसे हैं, all with X chromosomes. The male gametes only are of two types. Talking about this concept again. What are we to understand? I would understand that now if this is the male cell and I understand that this is a male gamete, the sperm. How many chromosomes it has? It has 4 chromosomes. And then I talk about a female cell again. Now this is the cell, I may think of a ovum right now. How many chromosomes it has? It also has 4 chromosomes. For an example. So by the process of fertilization, when the zygote is formed, what will happen? What do we understand? In the zygote, what should be the situation? The situation is something like this. 1 and 1, and 1 and 1, and 1 and 1, and 1 and 1. Clear hai? So these pairs of chromosomes are formed when? During the process of fertilization. The pairs of chromosomes are formed during the process of fertilization. So what are these pairs of chromosomes known as? The other day I was explaining you this. These pairs of chromosomes that align together, this is what is known as the homologous pair. What is meant by, what do you understand by the homologous pair of chromosomes? Homologous pair of chromosomes means a pair of chromosome which has the maternal chromosome and the paternal chromosome. When will this pairing happen and what is this pairing known as? What is this process which results in such type of a pairing? This process is known as synapsis. So this coming together of the maternal and the paternal chromosome resulting in the formation of a pair. Kahan pe? In a cell known as zygote. By which process? Fertilization. So as a result of fertilization, this process. Alignment of the chromosome known as homologous chromosome. So now that I talk about this homologous chromosome in this particular process, now if I again go ahead with those stages, I may think of a cell. I may think of a cell in the prophase stage. Again, to understand meiosis, the stages are not necessary, but to understand a concept known as chiasma kya hai, tetrad kya hai, we'll have to try understanding this. I may start with one cell of meiosis. And how many chromosomes I am talking about? I am talking about 2 chromosomes. For example, I am talking, or else let me just talk about this cell. Let me just talk about this cell. How many chromosomes I started with? 4 chromosomes. So I am talking about 4 chromosomes like this. How many pairs of chromosomes? 4. This cell is in the process of meiosis. What will be the stages? How is it different from mitosis? Just the basic you try understanding. This cell is now in the interphase stage and heading towards prophase. So the pairing is done. What is one special feature of the prophase stage in mitosis that you have come across? What happens in the prophase stage of mitosis? One special feature. Nuclear membrane disintegrates. One special feature. Pairing and duplication of the chromosome. Duplication of the chromosome is a major feature of the prophase. So I would say if this is the early prophase and I want to know what happens in the late prophase stage, then it should be duplication of chromosomes. Then how should I show you the concept of duplication? Let me just take only one pair, show you how it happens. So now in this pair, what will happen is that this pair will show a duplication this way. What about the other one? This pair will show a duplication this way. तो ये बाकी तीन pairs के लिए भी same होगा. So I am just drawing one. The same is for every pair, whatever number of pairs the cell has. So this type of a duplication. Let us see it here a little bit clearer. So there's a duplication something like this because we are talking about prophase. There's a duplication something like this. What about this? There's a duplication something like this. Now this type of a duplication is formed because we are talking about the prophase stage and prophase stage में duplication of chromosome होना ही चाहिए, but I would name it as prophase 1. क्यों? Because we are talking about meiosis, which is a lengthy phase. अभी next है, what will be the fate of this chromosome? What will happen to this next? This particular chromosome, as it undergoes the process of duplicating, there will be another specialized feature that we are going to come across, and that is a structure something like this will be formed. A structure something like this will be formed where these two chromosomes, which are the duplicated chromosomes, they will always overlap, resulting in the formation of a X-shaped configuration. तो ये जो X-shaped configuration बनता है, what is this X-shaped configuration known as? This is known as chiasmata, singular. If I have to label 2, 3 together, chiasma. What is this X-shaped configuration known as when the non-sister chromatids overlap each other? Chiasmata. What is this process known as? Process is known as crossing over or cross joining. तो crossing over या cross joining होता है which stage? Meiosis 1, prophase 1. So as a result, if I now have to continue with this stage, then what next should I draw is that definitely there will be a stage something this way where I can understand that this chromosome and this chromosome, they have undergone an overlapping, and then if this is there, then what next? After the prophase 1, in the later stages, there will be an exchange of the chromatids. Exchange of chromatids meaning, if I have to continue here, I would draw that this is one chromosome, and check here the red part of the chromosome and the black part of the chromosome, meaning the maternal and the paternal chromosome के homolog parts exchange हो जाते हैं. Exchange हो जाते हैं. What is the process known as crossing over? So I may draw a chromosome something like this. This is the part. I may draw the chromosome something like this, where this part of the chromosome is from the other chromosome it has come. And what about this one? This is the chromosome. Now that they are separated again, this is the chromosome. So there is an exchange of the chromosome this way. So there is an exchange of the chromosome segments this way. This process of crossing over leads to what? What are you supposed to write? What does this process of exchange of what does this process of crossing over leads to? Crossing over always leads to exchange of chromosome segments. Exchange of chromosome segments, and this is what is always responsible for a process of variation. Again, come here. I am talking about in the process of meiosis, which is an elaborate method of cell division. In the prophase stage, we don't get only one duplicated chromosome but two duplicated chromosomes. So this entire stage where there are four chromosomes, what is this stage known as the tetrad? When do we get to see the tetrad? Mitosis में tetrad होता है no, meiosis में होता है, that also in prophase 1. Meiosis के prophase 1 में tetrad होता है. Only this much to understand. And in this tetrad stage, what? There is a overlapping of chromosome segments. उस X-shaped configuration को क्या बोलेंगे? That is known as chiasmata. The exchange of the chromosomes takes place by which process? Crossing over. What does crossing over lead to? Exchange of chromosome segments, and this is what is responsible for variation. Now to understand then variation क्या है? What is variation? Yes.
You said that there is an exchange of segments. So if there is an exchange, तो पर like वो break नहीं होता DNA का strand.
हाँ तो DNA break हो रहा है ना? When the two chromosomes are like this way, actually क्या हो रहा है? These two chromosomes, they will not slide and remove this way. So they just get turned and twist. तो ये जब turned and twist हो रहा है, एक chromosome के साथ दूसरा chromosome का part attach हो जाएगा. So एक chromosome के साथ दूसरा attach हो जा रहा है, एक chromosome के साथ दूसरा attach हो जा रहा है, exchange of chromosomes हो रहा है, exchange of gene sequences taking place. This is what is responsible for variation. Now, what is the meaning of variation? Variation means the small changes that we show as compared to our parents. The entire set of chromosomes, the genetic build-up that we have is from our parents, from the mother, from the father. But still then, do we show some new characteristics, different characteristics apart from our father, mother? हाँ की ना? Yes, 5 to 7% characteristics जो हम exhibit करते हैं, external or internal, is not exhibited by the mother also, not carried by the father also. क्यों? क्योंकि in our sets of chromosomes, this exchange of chromosomes have happened and a new combination has taken place. तो ये जो new combination बनता है, the arrangement of the genes are now new, which was not there in the father, which was not there in the mother. So this arrangement of the chromosomes which are new, how did it happen? Crossing over. So what does crossing over lead to? This is what that you should know. ये आता है exam में. What does crossing over give rise to? Or what is crossing over responsible for? Exchange of chromosomal segments, and this is the root cause for variation. Variation मतलब कैसे define करेंगे? What is variation? Small changes that an offspring exhibit as compared to parents. Small changes, quite a number of times. If you now analyze yourself, you will find कुछ characteristics we exhibit neither the mother show, neither the father show, and internally also. The amount of the hemoglobin, the amount of this pigment, that pigment, this enzyme, that enzyme, etc., etc. So ये हो गया concept. Then now if I have to tell you in short that how 4 cells and how chromosome number have, just in short, I'm not going to draw all the stages because we चाहिए. This is a cell of the prophase stage. If I have to draw this cell in the metaphase stage, so क्या होगा? How will the diagram be? I have to draw a diagram something like this way. The cells, the chromosomes are this way, the chromosomes are this way. So इसमें I can draw that this part is the exchange one, this part is the exchange one, correct? So now this is the metaphasic plate. ये हो गया metaphasic stage and the centrosome and the spindle and all this. So what is the difference now? Tell me. Prophase and the mitosis and meiosis के जो metaphase stage I am drawing. What is the difference? In case of I made a mistake. I am drawing the metaphase 1. I'm drawing metaphase 1. So if it is metaphase 1, how should I draw? If it is metaphase 1, ye ho gaya spindle. And this is together, remember, they have not split. I'm drawing it together. It is actually very close. They are very close. They have not yet separated. They are not yet separated. They are very close. So ये पूरा structure as it is रहेगा in the metaphase. This is one and this is the other. And then I have to show the exchange of the segments. I am showing the exchange of the segments. So ये पूरा जो tetrad है, this entire tetrad is there in the metaphasic plate. I am showing you one pair. इस तरह के काफी सारे pairs होंगे. Then now tell me if this cell has to show the process of anaphase. तो क्या होगा? If this is the anaphase stage, furrow formation and everything we understand the same. So anaphase stage में, if this is the centrosome and the spindle, now try understanding. This entire one pair goes here. And this entire one pair comes this side. Clear है? This is the tetrad. This is the same as this one. इस form में 4 chromosomes together metaphase plate में arrange होगा. 4 pairs, 8 pairs, 9 pairs, 12 जितने भी number of chromosomes that cell will have. तो ये हो गया कौन सा stage? This is the anaphase 1 है. This is anaphase 1. तो anaphase 1 में in mitosis did we come across paired chromosomes? Anaphase जो हमने पढ़ा था mitosis में, if I have to draw anaphase of mitosis, उसमें paired chromosomes होते हैं कि single chromosomes होता है? Single होता है. And यहाँ पे we are drawing paired क्योंकि this process was not there in mitosis. ये जो pairing and synapses crossing over ये mitosis में नहीं होता. So that's why in anaphase 1 this is there. अब जब anaphase 1 this is over, so by the process of anaphase के बाद, if I now try showing you 2 new cells form, telophase हो गया, 2 new cells हो गया. What will be the chromosome number? यहाँ पे this will be there and this will be there in one cell and this will be there in one cell. यहाँ पे this part is the recombinant and यहाँ पे this part is the recombinant. These are the first 2 cells formed after meiosis 1. तो ये हो गया complete meiosis 1. ये हो गया complete meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 के बाद this cell will behave exactly like what we have studied for mitosis. This will again give rise to 2 new cells. इसमें एक क्रोमोसोम ऐसे and एक और क्रोमोसोम ऐसे with this type of a condition. This will give rise to 2 more cells and इसमें one chromosome will be this way and one chromosome will be this way with this type. आ रहा है थोड़ा सा समझ में? Because I have just drawn basic 2-3 diagrams. Stages are many. So, which are some of the remarkable stages? Prophase, how is it? Bolo.
These cells have 46 chromosomes, right?
हाँ.
23
I am
pairs.
showing you only one pair.
Yeah.
हाँ.
So 23 pairs are there. What about normal cells? The one which go through mitosis, they also have 23 pairs.
The one which goes through mitosis, इसमें क्या होगा?
This one.
Listen, चलो listen. ये है mitosis. This cell is going to undergo the process of mitosis. इसमें क्या होगा? This cell in the prophase state 4 से 8 बन जाएगा. It will just duplicate. Duplicate हो गया. Then the duplicated chromosomes will arrange in the metaphase. अब ये cell. So the duplicated chromosomes are arranging in the metaphase. दो like that, no? 2. And then anaphase है तो 4 this side, 4 this side. ये हो गया mitosis. If it is a reproductive cell, then what is happening? Gametes पहले बनेगा where 23 chromosomes, then 23 come together, then this story starts. So पहले synapses crossing over, exchange of chromosome segments. Then also they will remain very close, so they will arrange themselves in the metaphase first. Anaphase में paired, they will get separated. तो anaphase में paired हो रहा है. So telophase 1 जो बनेगा at the end of meiosis 1, the cells are already having paired chromosomes checked. Then this cell will again behave like the same we have studied for mitosis. अब ये, can you tell me how should I draw this? ये cell, if I have to draw the metaphase stage here, how should I draw the metaphase? यही pair metaphasic plate. This pair in the metaphasic plate. तो anaphase में क्या हो रहा है? This two splitting up. Anaphase में this two splitting up, and one cell with one chromosome, the other cell with recombinance. Parent chromosome, this with the exchange of chromosome, recombinance. So that's how by the process of meiosis we get 4 daughter cells. ठीक है?
When the exchange happens, can there be a possibility of like missing out on cells?
Errors, हाँ.
So that is the
Errors, we all are born with errors, but negligible change, because these are all biochemical processes. इसमें छोटे से some minute errors definitely happens. But if the error is too big, maybe a small part of the chromosome absolutely lost, then the child will suffer from certain type of chromosomal aberrations, disorders, etc., right from birth. But छोटे errors, 0.1% error तो हम सब में है. But that is not making us abnormal anyhow. एक आध gene इधर उधर, that is not making us abnormal anyhow. कुछ doubt है इसमें? What are you supposed to understand? Mitosis, meiosis के basic differences. Now you tell me major 5 differences between mitosis, meiosis you'll have to learn. The first difference, tell me, for mitosis, meiosis, the type of cells that they show. You will get in your question differences based on the condition. Number 1, difference between mitosis, meiosis, types of cells.
Meiosis only reproductive organs.
Reproductive organs. Mitosis is somatic organs of the body, somatic cells. Number 2, chromosome number. Mitosis, chromosome number is maintained same. Chromosome number is half. Number 3, significance. What is the significance of mitosis and meiosis? Significance क्या है?
one is done for repair.
Mitosis is for growth, repair, maintenance, and meiosis is for formation of gametes. Meiosis is for formation of gametes. Number 3,
Mitosis is 2 daughter cells and meiosis.
number of daughter cells. Mitosis 2 daughter cells, meiosis 4 daughter cells. 5th point, variation. Mitosis में cells are all identical, क्योंकि variation है ही नहीं. Exchange of chromosome का कोई concept नहीं है. So the daughter cells formed after meiosis, one liver cell forms 2 liver cells, identical है. One muscle cell forms 2 muscle cells, identical है. One amoeba forms 2 amoeba, identical है. But when I talk about the gametes, no, they show variations. Organisms formed by the process of meiosis, they show variations. So these few differences between mitosis and meiosis, definitely you should know now. Underline the word variation, page number 18. Chiasma, crossing over, the concept you should know. The diagram on the chromosomes, non-sister chromatids, chiasma, labeling, all these you should be very, very clear.
Ma'am, meiosis is a big process as compared to
Very lengthy. Meiosis is a lengthier process.
that can be counted as a point.
That is not a major. That will never come in the exam. Exam पे यही 4 points पे आता है. Question, significance क्या है, number क्या है, what type of cells, etc. Now let us continue. Let us continue with the questions. There. Go to the next page 20. The basis of genetic variation in the living organism during meiosis. Chalo, go ahead with the questions. Let us finish fast. Basis of genetic variation. Basis of genetic variation is
Chiasma.
nine. Crossing over, the process you have to write. Crossing, I explained you what is crossing over going to give rise to. After a mitotic cell division, human female cell will have.
22 plus XX.
Female cell will have.
44 plus XX
Oh,
chromosomes.
mitosis देखो वहाँ पे mitosis है.
44 plus XX.
आफ्टर अ माइटोटिक सेल डिवीजन क्रोमोसोम नंबर सेम रहेगा। 22 क्यों होगा? 22 तो मियोटिक में होगा, हाफ हो जाएगा ना। सो 44 क्रोमोसोम नंबर सेम, क्रोमोसोम नंबर मेंटेन रहेगा because we are talking about mitosis. After a mitotic cell division, chromosome number in a female. Now that is a bit tricky. Female देख के ही हाफ में लिखना है। Meiosis और mitosis that also you go through properly. Mitosis है तो 44 plus XX. Number 12 क्या है? G1S G2. 13 क्या है? Karyokinesis, which is almost the reverse of prophase. Reverse of how reverse of prophase? Prophase में chromatin is condensed, and interphase में chromosomes are uncoiled. फिर से thread line, no? Okay. Interphase. Number 12 क्या है?
pentose sugar.
Lengthwise arrangement of the DNA mainly consists of phosphate group attached to the pentose sugar. Next, number 15. 8. Remember all of you? 8. What is that 8 histone together known as?
Octamer.
Octamer. Histones, octamer. Number 16 क्या है? The pyrimidine bases of DNA are? D. Thymine, cytosine. Female gamete of a human cell will have?
44 plus X.
अरे gamete है.
22 plus X.
Female gamete में always have XX तो कभी हो ही नहीं सकता। 22 plus X. Clear? 22 plus X. Go to the next one. Try fast. Name the following the repeating components. 18 था, मेरी बुक में 18 नहीं है। दिखाओ क्या है question? Number 18. Where is it? Okay, number 18. Look at this diagram. Show the students of one that I will. They were told to observe the slide under the stage mitotic cell division. Okay. Which of the following will be the correct stage? Which is the correct stage? Which is the correct stage? Anaphase with 8 chromosomes.
8 chromosomes. It will not be half.
Anaphase with 8 chromosomes है? Correct है? नहीं, कैसे correct है? Anaphase with 4 chromosomes correct है? Anaphase with 4 chromosomes है ना? क्यों 4 chromosomes? कौन explain करेगा?
4 to side.
4 to side. So how many chromosomes the parent cell was having? Tell me. ये जो 18 number question है, in this diagram how many chromosomes the parent cell was having? 4. तो ये तो duplicate होने के बाद है ना, metaphase duplicate होने के बाद, तो metaphasic stage it was in the duplicated form. अब anaphase में split हो गया. 4. So what is the chromosome number? 4. So the correct option is anaphase with 4 chromosomes. Let us go to the next question there. Assertion करें, ठीक करो. Clear है?
Yeah. Which question you have to do?
अच्छा, we'll do the assertion ones now. Now this assertion ones, go ahead. Let us check. Number 1. अच्छा, ये options है खाली अभी statements देखो. Number 1, number 19. Both centromere and centrosome are parts of chromosome. अभी जो statements है ना, उसमें खाली true false लिखते जाओ. Then it's very easy for you to do. Individual statements पढ़ो, think, true false लिखो. I'll give you 2 minutes. चलो, सब लोग सोचो पहले. I'll not solve all for you. सोचो and do. 5 minutes, just 5 minutes I give you. करो. Make it fast. We have to wind up with this chapter today. रिया क्या problem है? अच्छा हाँ, old book. Mine is also old book. Share one book with her. यहाँ पे एक ही है. यहाँ पे एक ही है. You come here now with her. Come here with her. मास्क है तुम्हारे पास? तुम्हारे पास मास्क है? आप तो देख लो. चलो फास्ट. स्टेटमेंट्स पे ट्रू फॉल्स लिखते जाओ. take just 2 minutes extra. We'll just finish with some questions. Some I'll give you homework. The next class I want to start with a new chapter. Which chapter is going on?
Ma'am, we are doing
और इसके पहले और क्या-क्या चैप्टर हो गया?
इसके पहले मैंने genetics किया.
Cell structure of chromosome done, genetics done.
Photosynthesis is done. Transcription is done. Photosynthesis is
There's
done.
something more chapters circulating is done.
अच्छा, what about this side?
Absorption of vitamins and transfer.
Absorption of fructose.
Yeah,
Absorption हो गया.
Absorption and this one. This chapter. Absorption and this one.
Absorption and this chapter. And for yours, genetics हो गया and
Transcription हो गया, photosynthesis हो गया.
absorption.
And organ system start किया.
Absorption.
हो गया.
अच्छा, so I will take now absorption, transpiration and photosynthesis at one go. उसके बाद we'll come to genetics. By that time, you are also will start with that chapter. So absorption, transpiration, photosynthesis all should go together. So that I'm going that sequence I will cut. अच्छा चलो फटाफट करेंगे now. That assertion question just in 2 minutes. Let us try. Look there, all of it. The centrosome. Sorry, both centromere and centrosome are parts of chromosome. Huh? Both centromere and centrosome are parts of chromosome. False. Respond. Centromere is the region where spindle fibers attach, while centrosome helps formation of spindle fibers. Centrosome is the region where spindle fibers attach. Correct है. Centrosome helps in formation of spindle fiber. ये भी correct है. So the second statement is true. First statement is false. So now check the option there. Come to 20 there. The basic structural unit of DNA is nucleotide. Structural unit of DNA is nucleotide.
True.
Repeating unit, structural unit, nucleotide. Come to the next. ठीक है? Are you all following? DNA is composed of repeating nucleosome made up of 3 components.
Yes. False.
DNA is made up of repeating nucleosome. So होता है कभी? Repeating nucleotide होता है. Repeating nucleosome कभी नहीं होता. So the next part is reason is false. Come to the next. You wrote true. ये false है. Now 21. Centrosome is the point of attachment of 2 chromatids. Centrosome is the point of attachment of 2 chromatids. Centromere. False है. Reason. Centrosome initiates and regulates process of cell division. Okay. That part is correct.
That is true.
That part is true. ठीक है. 22. Meiosis is a kind of cell division occurs during gamete formation. True है. During meiosis, chromosome number remains the same.
False.
False. Okay. Name the following. फटाफट करेंगे. The repeating components. I think this is the same, and then some. I'll give you homework. Name the following. The repeating components of each DNA. Repeating components of each DNA lengthwise. Nucleotide. Right. हाँ? क्या confusion है? Nucleotide है. Nothing apart from nucleotide. Complex structure consisting of DNA core, histones. Nucleosome. The type of bonds. Complementary. What is that? Complementary bases. Hydrogen bonds. And 3 components. Very easy. 3 components that you know. 3 components. What is it? So, pentose sugar, nitrogenous base, phosphate group. Okay. Now try this. Match the column. Fill in the blanks. You can try and see sub number 1. You will try. Just try these questions. You have a doubt? Tell me the next class, and the next class I will take just 10 minutes to go through these questions, finish up this part, and then absorption we are going to start the next class.
White.
It is pentose sugar. Component of nucleotide है pentose sugar. Ribose में पूरा DNA का जो component हम बोलेंगे that is deoxyribose. Component. What are the components of nucleotide? यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन है component of nucleotide. क्या लिखोगे? Nitrogenic base, pentose, sugar, phosphate. What type of, what is the deoxyribose? So deoxyribonucleic. Ribose sugar you are not reading anywhere. Yes. Ribose sugar का concept ना होगा तो
There will be one goal. Nuts.
वो तो ग्रुप में डाल दिया था ना Why did you give us a printer? पहले भी दिया था आप लोगों को
Dear Mr.